Hey guys, good to see you today. I hope you're having a really good day at Kilo. We've invited some really cool kids or seniors, and they're going to talk to you just about some advice they have and where they're going in their future and things that they wanted to share with you that have made their high school experience really great. So let's start off, introduce yourself, and will you tell all the things that you're involved in?
Hi, I'm Sarah Thornhill, and I'm involved in STUCO. And in STUCO, we go and mentor little kids at elementary schools, middle schools, and we just help out throughout the community.
Hi, I'm Hannah Valentine. I am the captain of the Student Athletic Trainers. I am also in the Student Council mentoring program. I'm in President's Club.
I'm Jackson. I'm involved in Student Council and the mentoring program like Sarah mentioned. I'm in Interact, and I played baseball my freshman year.
I'm Dewey Bong, and I'm in Student Council too, and I'm involved in Interact. I was in band for 2 years,
What'd you play, Dewey?
the trumpet.
Awesome.
It's a really great instrument.
Hi, I'm Caleb Raper. I am involved in Student Council along with the mentoring program, and I'm in GSA.
I'm Paul Romaldo, and I'm involved in the Student Council and the Mentor Program, and I'm also in band. I've been in band for 4 years.
What do you play?
The Beartechs.
Cool.
I'm Aubrey Bob, captain of the football team, captain of the basketball team. I'm in student council, and I'm in president's club.
So you're talking to 9th graders and 10th graders. Talk about kind of what's the most important thing you've done and what you wish you'd done different when you were in their grade. Who wants to start?
For myself, I set a goal, and it was a simple goal of having a 4th period off in my senior year. To get there, I knew I needed to remove a math, and I knew I needed to remove one more class to make it easier. So I started planning ahead. Even if you haven't taken a math yet, or you're still behind on one of your classes, you have plenty of room in your schedule for your junior year, along with other years to allow, plus summer, to allow yourself to catch up on those classes. So I would just start planning. Simple plans are the best plans. Make it something you can achieve, and that'll be the best in the end.
I would definitely say make sure you get involved. Being involved is the best thing ever. I mean, you get to meet all kinds of new people, you get to form different relationships that'll help you out through your long run. Like applying for colleges, applying for scholarships, they can write you recommendation letters. It's just a better benefit overall.
I also think that the best thing I started to do was take AP classes because those really help your GPA, and they can also help you get college credit so that when you're in college you already have a free credit and you don't have to pay for it. And I wish I would have taken more of them my freshman and sophomore year, and if I could go back, I would.
I'm more of a social person. I've been to every football game since I was a freshman, every basketball game since I was a freshman. I'm not big on AP classes, but I do study, and studying is a big thing. At least you go home and you watch TV, or while you're watching TV, you can be doing at least 30 minutes of your homework. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it makes a big difference on the outcome of your senior year, whether you're 400th in the class or you're 301 is a big difference.
Anyone take dual credit classes?
I do
What's the
take-
advantage of a dual credit versus AP? Both great classes.
Yes, actually dual credit, it's more of like, instead of AP, like an AP class is just kind of like, you study all this time, all the tests are very hard, and then the AP class, then you take the AP test, and it's just like, you get the AP credit that way. So when you take the dual credit class, you get to go the whole course, learning everything what someone in college would learn, and everything in that class, you don't have to take a standardized test to get the credit, supposedly, for college. Once you finish the course, you get the credit just like that, straight up. And so that's more, it can be beneficial to you because you can do it during the summer, or you can do it during like school year. For instance, I did it during the summer for government and economics, and I loved it. My teachers there were like fantastic, and I learned a lot, and it wasn't even bad. It was 4 days a week, 2 hours a day, and you still have the whole summer to do whatever you want. And now I'm still taking dual credit as a senior, and I take it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and still have first period off every other day. So, and by the time I graduate, I know for sure I'll have those guaranteed hours of college.
So AP, you take it, you take the test, but you have to make a 3 for it to transfer. Dual credit, you take the class, and if you pass, you get the college credit. Now there's one big difference. AP is weighted more. Dual credit is weighted in your GPA, but AP is weighted more, and that could matter if you're in the top 10, 20 kids, that could matter. For most of us, it might not have mattered. You know, you're going to be in a good place, but whether you're 105 or 125, you're fine. But for those top, it might matter which one you take. You said something really interesting about you still have off, you're still taking a class, you're still taking dual credit, but a lot of my kids will say, I want to graduate early. What is y'all's thoughts on graduating early? Is that a good thing, not so good thing, and why? Sarah, you're shaking your head. Why maybe not a good thing?
I feel like away from like the school portion and like studying, like you miss so much time with your friends and senior activities, and moving away and going to college, like that's time you're not going to get back. And I just think that that's really important, spending time with them.
So there's the social side. Is there an academic side that some of you chose not to graduate early? What are you doing instead of graduating early?
I mean, we're all still taking classes, and like my perspective is, if you graduate early, you're having that semester off, plus your summer that you're not in school. And if you go to college, then you're going to be totally out of the swing of things. You're not going to know what hits you whenever the first day of classes start.
And one thing they said, and I'm not knocking people that graduate early, because Caleb did say early, or there might be a time you need to graduate early to help your family. You need to graduate early to get some things done, or you want to go on a missionary trip, you know, and then come back and go to college. There's a lot of reasons why graduating early might be a good idea. But I think the majority of people y'all know that have graduated early, are they like starting college, like on it, or kind of what's happened with them a little bit?
We have a friend that graduated early, and she did the same thing where she graduated early because she needed to build up money to go to college. And right now she's just working, and that's all she does.
And we hope that you enroll, but taking a year off sometimes or a semester off, statistically, kids don't go.
Some people out here watch this definitely might not like school. You know, school might not be your thing. But the thing is school is a portion of the day that includes a lot more stuff. Includes interactivity with your friends, great teachers, you got great administrators around you and that ability. So you graduate early, then you're throwing all that away, all free education, free friend time, all that away to go and just work. And I've always been told the second you graduate high school, if you want to go to college, then you got to plan to go to college. Because that year off, you know, that's why community college is such a great thing. Because that year off is going to get you out of the swing of learning. You know, as much as you might not like school right now, you're used to school at this moment. You're used to waking up in the morning and coming to school and getting your work done and going home. So to take time off or to graduate early and lose 7 months out there before you actually go to college is definitely going to be something that you're going to be out of the swing of, like Hannah said, and it's going to be a lot more to adapt to, especially in the university like feel of it. You're not just in the free school anymore. Now you're paying money to go to school, and going into that unprepared is not what you want.
Great way to say it. We try to tell kids that, and you really do have the rest of your life to work, to pay taxes, to own things. Enjoy high school and enjoy college, because it's the last time, really, that you're not going to have major responsibilities. So you really said that great. Hannah, I want to touch on, you said community service.
Yes.
Is that important?
Yes, this is so very important, I promise you. Whenever I was filling out college applications and scholarship applications, it always asked for community service hours. Well, if you're like me, I was super busy with my athletic training and different other clubs that I was in. And some did give me community service hours, but some did not. And that's where I kind of slacked off, is I didn't do it. Oh, it's not going to matter. It does matter, I promise you. You really do need those, and it looks a whole lot better when you apply and you do get those different application things or whatever, and scholarships and all that.
Some of y'all yesterday talked about Texas Apply. Who could tell me about that, what it is? And kids, I didn't even know about it, so y'all talked about it because I applied a long time ago.
So it's a website, and you can apply to any school in Texas from there. And it's kind of a step-by-step. It tells you the process you need to go through. And you'll write, I think, 3 essays. And those essays that you write, they count towards every college you apply. So you don't have to write an essay, apply, and then write another essay for another college and apply. All of those essays count towards whatever college in Texas you want them to. And it's basically just a simple step-by-step way that you can really get ahead and get applied quickly.
And sometimes you don't even have to write all 3 essays. I just wrote one, and it worked for both my colleges that I applied to, and I got in for both of the colleges.
Let's see, financial aid. Anyone going to college with financial aid?
Yes, I think I'm one of the only ones here attending out of state, or at least planning to. And financial aid is something that right now you might have this vision of, I'm gonna pay for my entire college when I get this job at 16 years old. Hate to break it to you, that's gonna be really rough. Financial aid, there's two sides of it to me, and my brother is the one who explained this to me. You know, there's the free money the government really wants to give you, and then there's the money that you're gonna take out loan-wise, which is not a bad thing. I thought for coming into college, I don't want loans, I don't want this, I don't want that. Until I sat down and I saw the University of Arkansas's tuition, and I saw everything else, and I said, well, loans might not be that bad of a thing. That's what college is for. College is for to give you that next level of education so you can get that job too. But financial aid itself is a great thing. FAFSA, I'm pretty sure that's like the main government financial aid website. That is the place to go for the free money. All of your great counselors and everything will explain this to you whenever you get up to that point. But you fill it out. It's no essays. It's no anything like that on there. For at least FAFSA isn't. You go on, you fill out everything about your parents' history, your history, everything like that. And the government wants to give you money. Trust me, the government wants you to go to college. The government wants to look good and have the most educated people here. And so the government wants you to go to college. They're going to help you to go to college in any way that they can. Definitely, on top of FAFSA, fill out tons of scholarships if you can. Every college you go to is going to have an individual scholarships that they give out. That money's been given to them for them to give out scholarships. Fill out that LEF, Louisville Education Foundation. They give out a whole list of scholarships also. Apply for your scholarships early if you can. I myself applied a little bit late. But that's because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Now that I know what I want to do, I've applied for all of them. Financial aid is not a bad thing. It's a really good thing. Look for it and want it, and just do as much as you can for it.
Anybody free and reduced lunch? What advice, because I always tell kids, use that. Use anything you got.
When you take your AP tests, it usually costs like $90, but if you're on like reduced lunch, it costs like I think like $7.
Yes.
So it saves you a lot of money.
We want you to claim that, because some kids like, I don't want to claim that. Strut it.
It's not a bad thing.
Get everything for
It is
free
not
that you
a
can.
bad thing at all. I've been on free lunch, I think all 4 years of my high school. I have saved so much money. Like I said,
Yep.
I took 2 AP tests my freshman and sophomore year. Both of them are like $90. I think I paid a total of maybe $30 for all of them combined.
Use it.
Especially when you get to the upper level, you're taking your SAT. Your SAT is expensive. If you have free reduced lunch, you get SAT fee waivers to pay for your SAT. On top of that, you can get application for anywhere fee waivers. So each application is about $60. I applied to a total, I think, of 3 colleges. I didn't pay $1 in application fees because I had the fee waiver for it. Don't be prideful about accepting, free lunch and stuff like that. You're in high school, it's time for you to learn and for you to focus on things. Money shouldn't be a thing you have to worry about. So if you can take advantage of it, definitely do it.
Okay, who wants to comment on PSAT, SAT, ACT? When should you take those? How many should you take?
I think that you should take them as early as you can, preferably like early junior year or after you've done English 3 junior year. I think you want to take the ACT and the SAT because most of the time one student will do better on one than the other. And whichever one you do better on, you can further study for and prepare for, and then later on when you take it, try to get even better and get more scholarships and more everything if you have a better ACT or SAT score. So it's really important to focus on one, study for it, and really try to do your best on it.
And also something I would recommend is when you get to become a junior, the high school, they give you courses like SAT or ACT, prep courses, and you take them in the regular school days.
And don't feel worried if on one of your first SAT or your first ACT, you botch it. You don't do as good as you think you should or something like that. The great thing about colleges is colleges are going to look for your highest combined scores. So if on your first SAT or your ACT, you get a 22, for example. Not the best score you want to look for. And on the second one, you get a 33 or something really good. They're not going to even look at that 22. They're going to go straight to your 33 and they're going to take your highest combined score. Same thing on your SAT. So don't worry about if you mess up once and you want a higher score, just take it again. It's the best thing for you.
And if you're on free and reduced lunch, they waive some of those. I wanted to comment, Caleb was talking about grants, scholarships, and loans. Grants And scholarships, you don't pay back. Loans you pay back, and they're usually at like a 3% interest rate, which is really great. The message I think we all want you to hear is use your free and reduced lunch to get things, and then don't let cost keep you from going to college, because the amount of income you're going to make the rest of your life is substantially different. Because I hear kids all the time say, I could never afford that. The great news is you might not be able to afford it enough to get free money. My boyfriend in college went free the whole time. He went on Pell Grants. His mom was single mom, secretary, made $19,000 and 4 kids, free. So use that stuff, guys. And we don't want to hear you say you can't afford it, because you really can't. We're talking about how do you keep track of all these student of the month, fantastic farmers, community service. What are ways to keep track of that?
You really need to write them down, put them in a folder, put them on the career cruising. That's key, that's essential. Remember that. And you just need to keep track of everything, because whenever you apply for those scholarships or those college applications, you want to write down everything and be like, hey, look what I did. I accomplished this. And they're really going to notice that. And they're going to be like, wow, this is a great kid. We're like super excited to have them attend our university. That's really important.
Who else used Career Cruising? Because it is a free thing we have here. Your counselors are meeting with y'all on Wednesdays. You can sign up to help you if you don't understand it. Who all used it? Because a lot of you raise your hand. I mean, they used it. We're not just old adults saying, use it. The kids use it, because you won't remember that student of the month your freshman year. You won't remember. So put it all in there, all your stuff you get.
You might not think it matters for college, but student of the month, you put that down. It might just be a small student of the month thing, but colleges are going to see that as being an excelling leader, also as being social and stuff like that. I mean, anything you were awarded, that somebody gave you and said, this is your award, just put it down.
Your athletic award, just do council awards, pop it in the file, put it in Career Cruising, and it's ready to go. Letters of recommendation, any of y'all had to get those, and you have some advice on that?
Just another reason to be friendly. Teachers love all of you, I promise. The matter of how you act in their classroom is going to affect how they treat you, because teachers give what you give to them.
Make friends with like your teachers and counselors, because they're actually going to really help you in the future, especially your counselors.
Agreed.
And so, letters of recommendation, especially, you've got a wonderful principal. Become very good friends. You got wonderful counselors. Become very good friends, because I promise you, they will not mind writing you a letter of recommendation for that scholarship, for that that college. They will not mind, but you have to give the respect and give what they want back. So.
Even sometimes for community service, for instance, I went to the iPad training on Monday, and they told us that counts as community service, and I didn't know that. But one of the guys that was working there, he came out and he's all like, "You guys are all fantastic. Any of you guys who have needed a letter of recommendation, I'll help you with that." So I mean, even community service will help with that.
I think that's kind of a lesson in life. Don't underestimate any relationship. Because just like you just randomly did that and now someone's offered him something. I think you don't know when you're going to meet someone and stand out and they're going to say, hey, you said you're interested in vet. I need an intern at my vet. Don't underestimate getting out there and doing things. Because people matter. And there's a phrase, I don't know if y'all have ever heard it, don't burn your bridges behind you. Don't ruin your relationships with anybody. Really, a teacher, custodian, principal, coach. Don't y'all think those people help you?
And yeah, actually, my manager at my job always tells me that, and he tells me you never know when you're gonna need someone, something like a letter of recommendation, or just if you're applying for a new job or something. Relationships are so important. It's like everything you do.
I like that y'all said getting to know your counselors, getting to know your principals. When you're in college, I gave y'all advice yesterday and said get to know your professors. Even in a class of 500, they all have office hours. Go in and really meet them. As I'm just going to hit on this because it's such a big thing. Social media. Any advice you have for kids? I deal with social media probably weekly. What are some of your rules for social media?
Make sure it's clean.
Yeah, keep
For
it
sure.
clean.
I know we've been looking into joining sororities, and we went to this meeting that the district held that had all these different sorority people come in and talk to you, and they said make sure your social media is clean. You don't want to represent your school in a negative way. You want to be a good influence. You want to be a positive person that somebody can be like, hey, look at this person. Like, look at all this stuff. Not, hey, look who went out partying last weekend. You don't want that. That looks bad on you.
But what if it's private? I have a private Twitter.
No
Nothing's
PTs.
private.
Nothing's private.
No PTs.
We say this all the time and they don't believe us. Nothing's private.
It's definitely something to really, really think about. Inside the school walls is one person of you, and outside school is another person. Everyone knows that. Thinking ahead into your life, you know, if you're watching, when you're watching this, you're probably like, there's freshman, sophomore, so around 15, 16 years old. You're about to get a job. You are thinking about what you're going to do for the rest of your life. That tweet that you think is really, really funny, and other people might like, listen to this from personal experience, that you think a tweet is funny until you put it out there, and then a week later, you get to come talk to this wonderful lady.
This is true. This is true.
You get to come talk to this wonderful lady about something that you thought was funny. But here's the thing. That tweet goes somewhere and that tweet's the other side. Once it's on the internet, if you delete it, it doesn't matter. It's not deleted. It's really not. Snapchat, same way. Once you send it, it's out there and it's staying out there. So just really, really think about what you do. Before you do it, think about the other person, think about what's going to do to yourself. This is the place to learn. This is the place to, you know, maybe slip up 1 or 2 times and have to deal with nice administration. When you graduate and you turn 18 and you decide to do something stupid, I guarantee you the people you're dealing with there are not going to be as lenient and are not going to be as friendly as the people here.
Scholarships for athletics, I bet you y'all talked about that.
And then look, you can do this right now. You can check this right now. Go to whatever you had, whatever social media you had in middle school, your Facebook or your MySpace, and just look like the pictures that you hate or a post that you had. See those? You can just look at those right now, and then in 10 years, you'll look at your Twitter and be like, oh, I did this, and I wish I would have did this. So just go check your Facebook and see embarrassing things that you put there.
Anything you wish you'd done differently from when you were 14 to now?
Focused on freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah.
Your GPA, right now you're thinking, 2 years till college, I'm good, I'm golden, I'll really focus junior year. Your GPA is going to carry you freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, and that's all going to come together on your final transcript, that whenever you get to our point, you're going and you're begging the ladies to send out.
Just kind of going along with what Caleb said, your freshman, sophomore, and junior years are very important, and a lot of you are thinking that, oh yeah, I'll get it up junior and senior year, but really senior year is kind of your year that you can like take a step back and like kind of go like low key about it. And whereas freshman year, you really need to like get everything off to a really good start and really get up there and not have to try to play catch up in your later years.
You are who you associate with right now.
Ooh.
And it's really big when you're a freshman and a sophomore, because you're just meeting these people. But if they're bad and your principals see you with them, you are bad as well in their eyes right now. So just think about that.
And really through life, you are who you associate with. People are going to judge you by the company you keep. That is really out there. Great advice. Anything else you wish you'd done differently?
Joined a lot of clubs. I didn't start joining clubs until junior year, and I was like a little bit too late. Well, I mean, it's not too late. It's never too late. But if you join like freshman year, then just get in the swing of things and you just keep going.
Y'all have done an amazing job. The advice they've shared with you today is priceless. Have a great day, farmers.